Hey guys, what's up? Fellow ACO here. And today I want to kind of discuss something a little different. My last video, the phaser review, I had someone comment on there and ask that, they're getting ready to start a interview process to become an animal control officer, and they kind of want to know what to expect in this process, such as training, the interview, those type of things. So today I thought I'd just kind of talk about my experience as coming into animal control over 5 years ago, and kind of what the training was then compared to what kind of training is now, those type of things. So I started back in 2013 in Ohio. Now, first off, Ohio's different. Ohio doesn't have animal control officers. They have what's called a dog warden and humane agent. So it's two separate positions, two separate job titles, two separate companies. Dog warden is affiliated with the county government. Sorry guys, I got a pop-up coming. And a humane agent is with a nonprofit agency. Okay, so it's two separate agencies, completely different. The dog warden is in charge of enforcing Chapter 955 of the Ohio Revised Code, to where it would allow them to strictly look over dogs. The humane agents enforce Chapter 959, which is animal cruelty. There is a section in the code, in the Ohio Revised Code, that allows dog wardens to act in a humane capacity, but it's a little gray until they get the laws figured out. It's a little different. But anyways, so in 2013, I was a store manager at a retail store. Hated that job, was looking for another job, so I put out some resumes out there. Then I went to a temp agency, put in a resume because I was just desperate to get out of retail. I was a store manager. I was doing a lot of theft in the area I was in. There's a lot of theft. There was a big drug area, those type of things. I just wanted out. It wasn't worth the pay. But I went out, and one day I got a call. They said, hey, would you like to interview for a position at the dog shelter? I said, sure, why not? So I go out there. I didn't really know what the position was. The temp agency really didn't specify at that point in time. So I went in, met with the new dog warden that was coming in and the old dog warden that was going out, but was there as director of operations for the transition process. So once I met with both of them, we were able, we talked a little bit. They gave me some information. Still didn't really specify a whole lot about what the job was. I left, went home. Within an hour, I got a call, and the dog warden offered me a position with them. I had to start the next day. I said, I'm there, man. I am there. So I quit my other job right then there, typed up a letter, explained the whole situation, quit, and started. And then I found out at that point it was for a deputy dog warden. So that's just a little bit about, kind of where now during the interview process, all the interview processes are different according to which department you work for. That time it was very, short staff. It was just kind of get somebody in, let's see what we can do and how we can develop. Now the way I look at it is when I'm looking for someone, we do a hiring process. They tend to meet with me. I will talk with the individual, kind of see what they're doing based upon what their resume says, and I tend to look for anything that has prior law enforcement, prior animal handling such as vet tech, those type of things, preferably an associate's degree in animal science or something along those lines, but it's not 100% necessary because I train all on the job. If I like them and move on, we'll kind of set up a second interview with me and the director or / dog warden, and then if everything goes well, then they'll be offered a position on the spot. Once they're hired on, what I typically do is I've created a training program That's a 4-week long training program. I consider it a mini academy. It's a lot of information getting thrown at you. It covers anywhere from the law to animal handling, aggressive behavior, to assisting in some sort of drug raid with local law enforcement, to zoonosis or medical, those type of things. So it's a 4-week training program. I am the FTO, the field training officer, so they ride with me. I oversee everything that they do. But the 4-week training program allows us to see how they are, and after each day they get a pre-test at the beginning to see, just answer these questions so I can see what you know. Then at the end of the day, answer the same questions so I can see what you've retained. And it's a process all the way through. And then during the end of the 4 weeks, they're going to take all those tests. So all those tests they're going to take at one time. And what that does is that allows me to say, okay, day 1, here's where you were at. The very last day, here's where you're at. Here's how much you've grown, or here's how much what I need to see from you moving forward. And also allows me to see if it is something that they can handle, because it is a very stressful job. It's a very high turnover rate job. You do this for the love of the job and for the love of the animals. The paycheck comes second. So you guys know what I'm talking about. But that's just my agency. But when I was going back to 2013, when I was hired on, there was not a training program established. My training was a few days in the truck with another deputy. They kind of said a few things of what to do, what to expect, kind of, and then we drove around, and that was really it. But I was really hungry. I liked the job. I was really hungry to know more, so I took it upon myself to look at any trainings I possibly could. One thing you guys might want to look at is the ASPCA has a free online website. I think it's like aspcaonline.org or something like that. Sign up. One of the #1 things to take is dog bite prevention, officer safety. That is a fantastic. I have all my new recruits take that, and they go through that training process. That's a good one to have. Also, NACA, National Animal Control Association, or NACHO, National Animal Control Humane Officer. They've kind of combined with the Code 3 Associates, and it's a 40 hours each module. So there's 2 modules, to A and B, to be a certified animal control officer. Okay, once you take A and B module, it's at 80 hours total. You become a nationally certified animal control officer. Now, the last class I did, we were kind of grandfathered into where we don't have to do any credited hours. Now you have to keep up so many credit hours to keep your certification. Okay, so it's important if you do that you make sure that you understand that. There's also a module C, but it's not necessary to be a certified animal control officer. Okay. Also, it just depends on your department as well. But some departments, like my department, will allow us to go to the Ohio Peace Officer Training Academy, because they have a humane officer training up there. It's a 24 hours, so it's like 3 or 4 days. It's 4 days of 8-hour classes, and what that entails is, animal husbandry, what to look for in certain situations, investigative report writing, hand-to-hand altercations, those type of things. And then, so I'm also a certified humane officer as well. And that's not something that you have to renew either. So once you have that certificate, you have that certificate. Excuse me, guys. Today though, I'm gonna rock the Duke John Wayne, who in my opinion is the best cowboy out there. He beats Clint. Clint Eastwood's good, but the Duke is better. So coffee. Anyways, back to it. So humane officer training is a good one as well. But there's, you can look at different things. What I've done is, anytime there's a training, I'll do my best to get there. ACO'S, ACO'S is another good one. It stands for Animal Control Training Services. They do a lot of good training. They have field FTO certification training, ASP and OC spray certification, those type of things. And when I say ASP, some people refer to the baton as a bite stick. A baton is a baton. It's an ASP. It's not a bite stick. A bite stick is a stick with a ball on the end of it. Okay, so an ASP is a metal baton carried by all law enforcement agencies. It's a baton, not a bite stick. Okay. So yeah. So you can get different certifications. If you're going to carry OC, you're going to carry baton, you need to get certified, okay? If you don't get certified and you use it the wrong way and there's a lawsuit, it can go south real quick. Anytime you're carrying any kind of equipment, you need to be certified. And you can even get certified through your local sheriff's department. Our sheriff's department here in Ohio, in the county in which I reside and work in, is fantastic. They're very supportive of us. They train us in OC, or they certify in OC pepper spray. They certify in baton. All my new recruits go through a certification process. They carry it for extra safety because there's only so many classes they can go to, but I don't want them to use it until they're certified. So we have that. We also carry, again, the Phaser Enforcer, which you guys can see that in the video. I do apologize for the sound in that. I was recording that late at night. My family was asleep, and I'm not waking up the family. But the Phaser review, if you guys want me to do a new one of that so you can hear it better, let me know, comment below. But the Phaser review, or the Phaser Enforcer, is what we carry. Shoots rubber bullet, pepper ball, dart cartridge, paintball, multiple other factors, also up close stun. Has a 160 lumen light LED. It also has a spot for a rail cam, so you can put a rail cam. It's a great tool, very effective. We carry that, but again, I don't allow them to carry that until they're certified. I am a certified Phaser instructor. So they have to go week 4 of my training process. They have to get that, as far as, have to follow the process. They have to pass the written test. If they pass the written test, they'll move into the hands-on live fire, those type of things. And once they pass that, they'll receive their Phaser certification. Then they can carry the Phaser Enforcer. But they won't do it until they pass the certification process. So yeah, so there's that. Those are typically the 3 main things that you have to be certified in that we carry. Now again, if you carry an actual firearm, you need to make sure that you have the proper safety protocol in place. You have a proper standard operating procedure in place. Everything that we carry, we have a standard operating procedure in place. So if your department has those, make sure you read about those. So if you're going into an interview process, you want to kind of read a little bit about the job in the description. Depends on agency to agency. Kind of do your homework ahead of time. So that way, and prepare your questions ahead of time. If you have a question, write it down on, write down in a nice notebook. Write as many questions as you can, because employers love to see people that ask questions. So, what's your training process like? Is it a 4-month? Is it a 6-month? What is it? Is there this and this and this, blah, 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 and you just keep asking those questions, and don't feel like you're going to overwhelm them, because they'd like to have questions. Okay. When I interview someone, I like to see the questions that they have. Okay. Because it tells me they did their homework, that they're really interested in the job, and they're not just looking to collect a paycheck, but they're here for the position. So do your homework, study it. Okay. Kind of do some research on the place that you're applying for. But their training process is different. Some agencies don't have a training process. Some agencies just say, ride along with this person for 3 or 4 days, and here's a badge and a citation book. Go ahead and have forth and conquer. Those type of things. So it really depends. If your agency doesn't have a training process, send me a message. Send me a message, and I will, with your email or something, however you want it, and I will get you a copy of my training process and say, hey, you can just cross it off, put your information on top, say, hey, look, I worked on this. You know, be more than happy to see if the commissioners will review this, or whoever is in charge of your agency review this, and can we put this into effect. The training program that I have is based off another training program for an agency in California. I've just adapted it to make it equivalent to what I have, because there's nothing in Ohio. There's no academy. One of my goals is to work with the Ohio County Dog Warden Association to get a training academy for the state of Ohio for animal control officers. But that's going to be a long job, long time. But if you guys need a copy of a training program, let me know. I will be more than happy to send you my training program. There's nothing. My goal is to make animal control the profession to want to be in, just like a cop. You know, we're animal cops. So, you know, police have training academies, they have this, they have that. Animal control, most people think of us as fat guys with a net that dogs go to for, you know, a place they won't ever leave, or, you know, kind of like a dark, gloomy place, which is not true. We're not dog catchers, we're animal control officers. We do everything that most law enforcement agencies do, just in a different capacity. But, you know, if you, like I said, if you want a copy of that, message me and I'll get you a copy. You know, go in confident, go in, say, okay, I'm here, you know, this is why I'm the best fit for this position. You know, have a good resume. When you submit a resume, type up a cover letter. Have a cover letter there, you know, that explains a little more, because agencies really like cover letters. I know our HR department likes them. And have a good resume. Don't just do a couple words here and there and then throw it together and, you know, the day before and turn it. Take time on it. It's very important. You know, have a good, make sure you have a good, clean driving record. Because that's another thing that they look for, because you are driving it, you know, typically you're driving a county vehicle, so you have to have a good, clean driving record. But just make sure that you're focusing on everything. Do your homework, study, those type of things. Yeah, so, you know, we covered like kind of the interview process. The interview process is different upon every agency, so I can't really specify other than my agency. The training process, like I said, some agencies don't have a training process. Some agencies have a great training process, and some have mediocre. It just depends on where you work. If you don't have one or you want to improve, like I said, let me know and I'll get you a copy of ours. And you can see if it's something that would work for you. But, you know, do research. YouTube. Go on YouTube, type in animal control officer, and you get a ton of videos. And you can see different things. There's a lot of good ones out there. There's a lot of good YouTube videos out there, and there's one that shows an animal control officer attacked by a pool, or attacked by a pit bull. I use that one in my training to show, okay, what did the animal control officer do right and what did she do wrong? There's things she did wrong and there's things she did right, and I use that as a training tool. So if you're a supervisor or an FTO and you want to show some training, use YouTube. It's free. So just use that. YouTube is good. Go on there. I have them review those. Just look, say, okay, I want to be an animal control officer. What does it entail? Animal control officer, and then it pops up different things. Also, guys, just don't go in with the mindset of, oh, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to turn this place around. I'm going to be this and that, and I'm going to work constantly, and I'm going to do this. No. If you do that, you're going to burn yourself out. You need to work smart, okay? You need to work according to what you need to do. Don't take your work home with you either, okay? Don't take your work home with you. What stays at work, what happened at work stays at work, okay? You need to find a stress reliever. You need to find something. So I do Civil War reenacting, so I like to go different places, do Civil War reenacting. I don't think about work, don't take my phones. It's a stress reliever. I do woodworking. I do different things that allows me to just relax. and then I'll be fresh when I come back in Monday. Boom, I'm fresh, and I can hop into whatever it is. But by Friday evening, I'm ready to get out there and move forward. And of course, unless you're on call, then you can't do anything that whole week. But that's another thing, on call. Most agencies have a 24-hour on call. Our agency, we do a week by week, so you're on 1 week, off a week, or we have 3, myself and 2 other deputies, so you're on 1 week, off 2, on 1, off 2, Monday through Sunday. It's not bad, but yeah, so just focus on what you want to do. Prepare your questions, do your research, and just continue to work to be an animal control officer. If you get turned down at one agency, don't stop. Continue to work at it. If you really want to be in this position and you really want to be in this industry, continue to work at it. Be it, ongoing. Look at other agencies, and continue the process. So, but that's just, that's a little bit. That's not everything, but I gotta get ready and go to work. So, but I hope this video helped. Guys, if you have any questions at all, leave a comment. I will answer that comment as soon as I see it, or soon after you leave it. Make sure to like the video. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And we'll go from here. All right, guys, until next time, take care, be safe, and go out and protect, okay? See you guys.